Hello everyone and welcome to another Dropping Bombs video. My name is Corey Baumeister and welcome. We are heading back to Modern now. I've been playing a ton of Pioneer and we're not stopping because the format isn't fun or anything because, well, Pioneer is awesome. We've been enjoying that and we're going to get back to that a little bit later. But for now, we have SCG Philadelphia here this weekend for me. I'm recording this on the 8th of February. I leave in a couple of days for the tournament. I'm playing Legacy and Modern. Legacy I don't feel as comfortable with, but we will probably get a video of that deck. But Modern I feel pretty good. I've played a ton of this format. I played a ton with this deck. There's been some upgrades to the deck or changes to the mana base, stuff like that. We're going to talk about all that. First up, let me know what you think of kind of the new setup. I've been trying to go away from a green screen just because, you know, I just personally really like the actually having a good background. And, well, now I actually have a decent little background, so I'm going to work on the lighting in the background and stuff like that to make it even cooler. But I borrowed this setup from Andrea Mangucci. He makes awesome YouTube videos over on his channel. He has this little card preview down in the right-hand corner, and I figured this would be very helpful for Magic Online, you know? Just being able to hover over all the cards and read them and stuff. Is a pretty big deal when we're looking at them. So huge props to Mangucci for having this kind of setup. And, you know, thanks to him for letting us kind of borrow it here, as well as, you know, check out his content. So let's get into this. This is Grixis Death Shadow. This is my favorite deck. This is my 75 that I'm going to be playing it at SCG Philly. I also have a full sideboard guide with the top 12 decks that I'm expecting in the link below in my Patreon page. Something that I've, you know, been trying to put a lot of work into to better anybody in the Patreon, you know, they're all 30, 40 of us that are in there, and really focus on getting players to be better, as well as just putting sideboard guides before every single SCG or major event that I play. So if you play the events I'm going to play and you like the decks that I play, the Patreon's probably for you. So first, let's start with the mana base. There's been a big shift, and I think it was Canister who originally did it. Just put a third Blood Crypt instead of a second Steam Vents. You know, I made the change to like add 19 lands quite a while ago, and it just kind of felt like that mana base was perfect. But Blood Crypt is the best land in the deck. You know, the change has been made. A lot of people have been playing it. I see no reason why it's not a correct, you know, change to make here with the Blood Crypt. So, you know, I am just running with it because I can't think of a reason why it would be bad except for like DRC milling over the one Steam Vents. And, you know, I really just needed a blue-red land for like Expressive Iteration on turn 2 or something. Like, it's kind of a long shot scenario. So I think just naturally drawing 2 Steam Vents or something is so bad that just having an extra Blood Crypt makes it worth it. So I'm just deferring on this one because I'm not the absolute best at mana bases, and people much smarter than me are agreeing that this is correct. I'm just kind of going with it. So then let's move on here. 4 Baubles. Play Bauble no matter what in your Lurrus deck. It's phenomenal. Then as far as the threats, this has never really changed. We have the old combo of Ragavan and Dragon Rage Channeler just being, you know, the best red 1-drops here, maybe ever printed. They're just phenomenal here. Then you play Death Shadow, the card we are named after. This is a whole deck where we're just trying to reduce our life total to 12 at the minimum, so you can play Death Shadow, and even lower to just kind of be able to kill your opponent out of nowhere. The one big difference with my list compared to other ones is Lightning Bolts. You see 2, maybe 3 Lightning Bolts I've been seeing as of late, and I'm just still not a believer, especially with more of these shadow decks popping up. Lightning Bolt can be that cheese you card where your opponent goes too low, they fight with fire, and you can bolt them out. Lightning Bolt's, I think, the best application for the card is just bolting yourself when you're attacking with like a Death Shadow, but we still have Kolaghan's commands to do that already, and you don't really play Death Shadow early enough. Most of the times. You can play it on turn 2 with the right draw, but you don't play it early enough where you need to do it before turn 3, where Kolaghan's command would kind of do the same thing. So I'm not a believer. I think Fatal Push, one in the main, one in the board, are just much better. Dealing with giant Death Shadows, dealing with Croxas, Omnaths, gigantic hammered up creatures, constructs. I could go on and on why Fatal Push is better than Lightning Bolt. Now, some Planeswalkers, Lightning Bolt can be better. But, you know, even Teferi ticking up, you can't even kill it with Lightning Bolt. So you can't get me to put Lightning Bolt in my deck because I just really think it's wrong. But the difference is so small most of the time. It's like, okay, kill turn 1 Regavan, kill our DRC, where Bolt would do it as well as Fatal Push. So it's hard to really notice the difference in some situations. But that first time you kill a Tarmogoyf with Fatal Push, let me tell you, it's worth it. So then we got Unholy Heat, 4 of those. Just the best removal spell that we've seen in a long time. It's just absolutely incredible. Kills anything. This is a great Delirium deck. Having enchantments, artifacts. We just don't have Planeswalkers. That's pretty much the only thing. Here's a big change in my deck. I added a third Kroxa back because all of these money pile decks have been kind of changing where they're not really creature focused. They're much more playing like blue-white control. So Kroxa is just insane against them. I also expect a decent amount of blue-white control, at least, you know, from Team BCW, and I like beating up on my friends, so, but no, I just think Kroxa is very good in these long games, as well as just good in the mirror. You know, there's plenty of hands where you look and you're like, okay, this hand is going to cast a turn 4 Kroxa. Awesome. That's my whole game plan. And, you know, sometimes that is the case. For Expressive Iteration, it's just one of the best cards ever printed. Full stop. Just one of the best cards ever printed. It's absolutely incredible, and you just have to play 4. There's only one matchup in my sideboard guide that I take out even one of them, and that's against Burn. But yeah, it's just too good. Drawn in the Lock is usually Doomblade plus Counterspell in most matchups. Drawn in the Lock is getting a little bit worse. You know, there's just not as many decks that are flooding to their graveyard. But that being said, it's still very good. And those opportunities when you notice it being bad, it's really not that bad. Dress Down, just a phenomenal Magic card against Urza's Saga, as well as combos with your Death Shadow. So you can play it, even if you have a 1/1 Shadow. It's now a 13/13. So it's kind of like a Teamer Battle Rage that draws a card as well. So absolutely insane. And then 1 Kolaghan's Command. I was actually pretty close to playing 2. It was that or third Kroxa for me. And I just think Kroxa is far too important in a lot of matchups. So we moved the Kolaghan's Command to the sideboard. Now moving to the sideboard, we added 1 extra Spell Pierce as of recently. This card's just been insane. It's so good against the Cascade decks. It's becoming pretty good against these money pile decks because they play a little bit less creatures. Blue-white control, a ton of applications. I go through all the matchups in my sideboard guide on my Patreon, but just a card I bring in a lot of now. It's very good. Another Fatal Push, another piece of removal when I refuse to play Lightning Bolt. Alpine Moon for Tron, as well as different Saga decks. It's still pretty strong against. Nile Spellbomb and Lantern, gonna be for Dredge, as well as the Nile Spellbomb I bring in a lot against just fair matchups like Death Shadow Mirror, Jund Saga. I like those. Terminate, very good against Murktide. Bigger creatures, Hammer, any of these matchups where I just want to be all removal and just turn into a control deck where you just win with Kroxa. Happens quite a lot, actually. Collective Brutality, pretty much only for burn, and it is a duress that is a little bit bad, but I expect a decent amount of burn, and I kind of fear it, so I still want to have 1. This is the 15th sideboard slot, by the way. So if there's any card that you're like, wow, you're crazy, this card's been so good for me, take out Collective Brutality and something else. The other card I was very much considering for this slot was Cling. Cling to Dust kind of serves the same role as Collective Brutality. I think Canister might have been the first one to play that as well. I think that's a decent idea. I didn't get time to test it enough, and I wasn't confident enough, so I'm just going to play Brutality because I still think it's a very good card. Talked about Dress Down and Kolaghan's Command. EE is another one that not a lot of people are playing, and I think that's madness. This card is just so insane against all the Rhinos decks, Hammer, and that's enough right there for a sideboard card. I expect Hammer to be like the 2nd or 3rd most popular deck, and you want to have cards like EEs. You know, they kill Sanctifier. Sanctifier, this is a Sanctifier killer when you don't have Dress Down plus a removal spell, so absolutely still loving this deck. Let's hope we can reflect it and win some matches of Magic here, okay? Let's play. Okay, let's do this. On the draw, a little unfortunate. And yeah, let me know what you think of this new setup, y'all. I wanted to have a spot where you can really easily read the cards. You know, I just hope it's not too distracting or anything. So first of all, I would love some feedback on this because I think it looks kind of good. I hope you do as well. So, all right, getting to the game here on the draw. 2 removal spells, Thoughtseize, DRC with 3 lands. Can't really say no to this. This is going to be a pretty good hand. No companion, though, which is a bit scary. Like, if this is a combo deck, we don't really have a ton for it. This is not a combo deck. It is Fervent Champion coming down. Old Javier. Ooh. Now, do we want to just search out the basic mountain? Probably not. But we are pretty okay with them just dealing us a decent amount of damage and then getting Death Shadow down. So Blood Crypt is probably the land we want to start with. And then it's just a question, do we just say go or maybe try to Thoughtseize or something like that? I don't think we play DRC. And yeah, Thoughtseize doesn't seem great either. So I think we will just play this, say go, see what they do. Like if they play 2 more Fervent Champions or something, well, we might just concede. But we can just evaluate based on what they do. So just attacking. What punishes me here? Not too much. Oh, no. Okay, this could be light up the stage. So we definitely want to deal with it. You do not want to let them light up the stage. I mean, I don't know what our opponent's playing for what it's worth, but that is a something we don't want. This could be one of these like red-white, yeah, hyper-aggressive decks that we've been seeing. Okay, Boros Stoneblade. Okay, that makes sense. So now we have to be wary of Blood Moon, and we have to also kill this. So these are the things we have to do. So we can just start by Thoughtseizing. And if their hand is super bad, we can just take that Coldre Complete. Yeah, let's start with that. Because if it's not super bad, we'll have to kill this too. Okay. Well, no Blood Moon yet. So we could just take the other Stoneforge. And then trap that Coldre Complete in the hand. And just kill this one. I think I like it. I mean, I like it. I don't love it. And then they're probably going to Ranger Captain of Eos for like an Esper Sentinel. Something like that. We definitely can't let them Coldre Complete or we lose the game. So yeah, I think that's kind of our only play here. So now we're going to go get Steam Vents. And here comes our 1 Steam Vents. Coming into play. Always save the Bloodstained Mire for your last fetch. Now, we can just lose the game if we get Blood Mooned here, but I don't think there's too much we can do about that. And we'll hope for the best. Just Ranger is not the worst because we're going to get a big creature going, but we got to be wary of Maul Ranger as well. Okay, there it is. So we know those are 2 of their cards. They're going to get a 3rd. This matchup has been more popular as of late, and it is a little unsettling. So I do think it's a good deck. Decent against us as well. There's everybody's favorite Sentinel. Yeah, I'm very worried about Maul, but I don't think we really have a choice. I think we just go Death Shadow, DRC, land, say go, see what they do. And there is some... Yeah, we can't really kill them next turn with Dress Down. So... Yeah, we're going to play a Baby Shadow, DRC, and Scalding Tarn is fine, and then we'll say go. So now, we'll see what they do for sure. They're going up to 5 cards. We have 2 unknowns. And we do have 14 damage in the wings with Dress Down's ability. So I wouldn't be too shocked if they go like Esper Sentinel Maul. I'm not even 100% sure how this works. If I Dress Down after it's equipped... Wow... feels so weird. Because we can block with Shadow, make it a 4/4. So are they telling me their other card is... I'm thinking this is just a mistake. This doesn't make sense any other way, so I'm going to treat this as a mistake. They might be trying to get me here, I guess, but... Like, I have a shock here. But then you'd think they would play Esper Sentinel first. Because I could have a removal spell? I don't know. I hope this is our opponent being like, oh, yikes. I think that was a yikes for our opponent. So now we do have the choice of if we want to... if we even want to take damage. And I think we do, because if we go to 9, then our Shadow is 4, DRC is 1, 4, put them to 14. Yeah, and then we can get close to killing them with the dress down. So this should be like a 2-turn clock. There's Esper. And here's a Maul. Okay. Not the biggest deal. We'll have to give them a card at some point. Okay. So let's attack. So I could go to 8. Could go to 8, then I don't die to 2 hits of Sentinel. Plus they take 5. Yeah, I think this is perfect. And in case they have Blood Moon, this also gives me a bit of an out. So let's put them to 12. So dress down as lethal. Then let's buy Luris. And then we'll say go. So Cauldron complete plus 1 mystery card. We'll see if they want to attack. Definitely depends on what they draw, but if they draw like Prismatic Ending or something, I feel like we're just toast. Then we can play Luris and hope for the best, but we don't even have Delirium right now. I like that. I like that. We're not dead to Lightning Bolt either. I think they probably play this list. Or probably play that card. Yeah, now it's just do they attack? Uh-oh. Blood Moon. Oh, wait. Yeah, why was I cheering for Blood Moon? That's still bad. Okay. Yeah, since I don't have blue mana. So it's still just a 2-turn clock by attacking. But... yeah, that's about it. Here comes a 5/5. And we just have to say go. No dress down tricks for us. Now we're at the mercy of their top decks. If they top deck well, we're going to lose. If they don't, we win. Which is not the spot you want to be. Main deck Blood Moon is becoming a problem. It's becoming more popular, you know, and I've said this a lot, and I said it a lot in my Patreon's Sideboard guide, but there's becoming a lot more attention being put on Grixis Death Shadow. Not necessarily like a ton more hate, because it's a hard deck to actually hate out. But cards like this, just in the main and stuff, are very pesky. And this is probably the worst of it, to be honest. Yeah, and that was the draw we were hoping to not see. Regavan? All you gotta do is ask. All you gotta do is ask, y'all. Might as well just attack. I can't block this anyways. Okay. Guess I do have dress down available now. But does that even do much? Luris for sure doesn't. So I don't think I play Luris. Might as well say go, and then maybe I can draw a piece of removal. So if they have me beat, they're probably going to attack. And then I think I just have to dress down and hope to top deck a piece of removal. But I can't even really get anything. I'd like you to not attack, because otherwise I feel like I'm dead. But I guess end of second main dress down here to give this flying is pretty strong. Okay, this seems good. Dress down. I guess I do have to... Inquisition. I guess I do have to attack with this now. Yeah, this could be rough. But they don't get a 1-drop here. I'll pay 3. Yeah, maybe I should have did this at end step. So yeah, I need a piece of removal now. Didn't get there. And now it's, do we just play Regavan and Death Shadow? I guess we have no other option, but we have to attack with this, so this did not work out well. Yeah, and now we're just dead because of this. They can just re-equip here. But maybe it's risky and they don't go for it. We have 1 unknown, but yep, not great. Not great. If I dress down at end step, I don't think it changes too much. Yeah, this matchup could just be tough. This could just be one of the new ones. This was an Aspiring Spike Brew. I do remember that. Better load this one up so we know exactly what we're up against. They didn't equip. They didn't equip and just try to win, so that's good, I guess. Unless they just have Lightning Bolt. Okay. That should probably do it, because they can get a red, they can get a Fervent Champion, right? Trying to look up this deck. Sorry, I'm distracted here. Okay. Yeah, Fervent Champion makes sense. So I guess we're just drawing 2 Culligan's Command. Culligan's Command for the win. They already gave us a turn here where we didn't have one, so it'd be Justice. Another mountain. Not Justice. Okay, we're dead. We are dead. All right. Okay. EE seems pretty strong against them. Culligan's Command seems pretty good. You know, Blood Moon is just very good against us. There's not too much we can do besides just searching up our basics, but that also contradicts our game plan, which is brutal. Dress down is not bad, not the best. We just want to have a lot of removal and just try to kill them that way. We can take out 1 Croxa. Drown in the Lock we can trim onto. It's a bit of a liability. We want to leave in all our hand disruption, I think. We treated this as a aggro deck right away, where I wish I just would have like turn 1 Thoughtseized. You know, if I would have known that this was Boros. I should have known though, so that was on me. Now it's just, do we want Dress Down? On the play, it's not bad. On the draw, it's pretty bad. All right, let's try to take out some hand disruption. We're just kind of trimming along the edges here. Yeah, let's take out 2 of those. They can be very good. Can also be a little bit of a liability, so yeah, let's try this. Okay, let's battle. Let's choose Luris. All right, I will definitely keep, and now it's just a question of what do we want to start with. A lot of good plays, Ragavan or Thoughtseize. They do play a decent amount of removal. I think I'm going to start with Thoughtseize against them. I think it's close, but yeah, we'll start with this Blood Crypt and Thoughtseize them. Okay, so they did have the removal spell. They also have the Ragavan of their own, plus Rest in Peace. Their hand is good. The Solitude and the Batterskull are not that threatening. We can avoid the Prismatic Ending by never casting Ragavan if we want. Although it will be probably good later. But yeah, I think just taking Ragavan and dashing Ragavan seems pretty good. We also do have Fatal Push. So, alright, we could leave Ragavan, take Prismatic Ending, play Ragavan, and Fatal Push it on 2. And then they're put to a decision, like, are you just going to Rest in Peace and then just let me attack with Ragavan and stuff? It feels kind of rough. Rest in Peace also can be annoying, you know, like there's no way around it. It can just be bad for us, but they have a lot of exile stuff anyways, so yeah, I'm going to try this line. We're going to take this, we're going to let them play Ragavan, kill it, play our own Ragavan, and see if they want a Solitude or not. And that way they have to fetch a mountain here too. A mountain kind of sucks for them. Okay. Now we got to get a blue land for Expressive next turn. So this can be blue-black. Fatal Push. Yep, okay. So it's blue-black. Let's Fatal Push. Well, guess we can Ragavan to start. And we can Fatal Push later. Just in case they drew another one, I guess. You're going to Solitude right now. Yeah, they might Solitude aggressively, too, to get their Ragavan through. Which, you know, kind of hurts, kind of doesn't. Blood Moon isn't the worst for us because we do have Ragavans of our own to just fight through. They are in the tank. There is the Solitude, and there goes the Rest in Peace. We're pretty happy about that. Pretty fine with that. Solitude, we just do not care about, y'all. I know it's not the popular opinion, but, like, look at that. You can't 2-for-1 these Grixis Death Shadow decks. Like, they just eat you alive if you do, you know? There's that. Do you have a 2-drop? No. Not a Stoneforge. Oh, come on! Our opponent's so lucky. Now they're going to probably get Cauldron complete. Now we're going to have to get lucky. Sword. Okay, we need to find a removal spell. Bang. That didn't happen. But that's not bad. Kolaghan's Command is very good. So we'll put that into our hand. And I'd like to get a basic, but I don't want a basic mountain. That doesn't do much for us. So I could just do basic. I mean, I can just do basic mountain. Doesn't help us against Blood Moon, but it does prevent, you know, our life total from getting hit a little bit. Then they're going to flash in Batterskull. I can K-command it, plus, you know, kill this, plus kill the Batterskull. Yeah, that seems fine. Here's a DRC. We can pay for that as well. So we can just kill Esper Sentinel now. Maybe it's not even worth it. That's a good one. So I think we just say go. Okay, let's see what they do. So we know their hand is just one sword. So let's go like this. Let's get our swamp. Play around Blood Moon a bit. And now we have K-command. Destroy target artifact. Deal 2 to a target. Destroy Batterskull. Kill Esper Sentinel. Move this stack over. Alright. Surveil. Inquisition. They're going to play that, so I think our time of Inquisitions are over. And we're actually not even going to hit Delirium here, impressively. K-Command is quite good against them. But now we do still have to, like, they can just play and equip. Yep, I bet they will. Luckily, we have the answer. And this will give us Delirium as well. It's also, this is just a better answer now. Like, I think I just Fatal Push this. And then just buy Lurrus. Kill that. Kind of want to, yeah, I want to put that into the graveyard because Lurrus is going to be able to find that next turn. And that gives us Delirium. So that was all around pretty busted. Kitty Cat, here you come. Here's that forced attack. And we'll say go. Now, anything but a Fervent Champion, I guess. Now it doesn't matter. Well, I guess Fervent Champion just equips, doesn't it? Okay. Now we're going to go ham. I want to make this Death Shadow bigger. Okay, let's attack. Here's the Shadow of Death. I mean, I don't have any artifacts, right? Yeah, I want to get my value off Lurrus and play Death Shadow, but I would like to hold up the card, but that's okay. Here's these. Lurrus is pretty awkward here because when it connects, it dies. So we need to get Delirious here. I guess the way to do that is just play this for 0 and then pop it, and then we win, right? Okay. That seems to be correct for me. Graveyard. Pop it. Have a counterspell backup. Here's 9. Death Shadow dies on the stack. Love it. Okay. Did we learn anything more? Not really, except just the plan of kill everything is the way to do it, especially on the draw. I think Thoughtseizes are even worse, kind of. Let's think about it a little bit, but we do want to just kill a lot of things. And I think Dress Down is proven to be pretty bad. They don't have Urza Sagas. So let's do that for maybe just more Terminates. They brought in the blue-red Spellbomb. Or the blue-red sword, excuse me. Yeah, I think just more removal, but the Drown and the Locks are pretty good, as well as maybe just Terminate here. I like that. Wish I had one more EE for them. I could also see, instead of Terminate, one more Thoughtseize. I know we were kind of going the other way on that, but yeah, let's just do this. All right, game 3. We got our basics. I'm going to keep. It's a little risky. It's not very good to against Ragavan. And the Mountain is awful. The Mountain is one card we did not want to draw. So we kind of have to get Steam Vents with the Scolding Tarn, or just play Ragavan off the Mountain. None of which is great. Sand's also kind of weak to Stoneforge. Like, all their creatures are so annoying for us. They really are. Okay. Yep. I think we will just... I gotta do this because I want to maybe Drown in the Log next turn. So yeah, we gotta get the blue-red. Pretty awkward. Ragavan. Happy to do some blocking with it. These are these tense parts of these games. It's like everyone has Ragavan, but the person on the draw doesn't have removal for Ragavan, and it's like, okay, creature and prey. Some of these games can just look so lopsided, you know? But if they're going to let me block, I feel decent about that. Still don't want to see Stoneforge, though. And they've had it every game. I guess we do have the Drown now that it was a fetch land, so... That fetch land might have saved us. And this is not a game we can really play around Blood Moon or anything. Like, if they get Cauldron Complete, we just have to kill it. And then if they Blood Moon us, we're dead. I mean, not dead, because we do have Ragavan, but it's not great. This red-white deck is just like the Boros... it's just Boros... Grixis Death Shadow, you know? It does a lot of the same stuff. Okay. How important is this to us? Preventing them from just flashing that into play. That does seem important. Oh boy. Can't really counter a... whatchamacallit anyways. They could also just have Cauldron Complete in their hand, you know? Like, that could easily be. So let's just get rid of it. Hope for the best. Land, Sword of Fire and Ice, please. Not land, Blood Moon. Okay. Okay. I don't mind that. You got the beats. Equipped it. I mean, that does shut down our Drowns, doesn't it? That's kind of bad. And yeah, they can just free equip this. That's a problem. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Let's Inquisition them and we'll see what we want to do. Okay, this is the only thing. They did have Cauldron Complete. Oh, that was a sick call on our part. Okay, so now just Solitude. I think I just dash Ragavan then. Here comes Ragavan. Here comes Ragavan. Right down Ragavan row. Yeah, their hand is bad now. I just get to play that too. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. I mean, literally their deck is comprised of all the cards that should be good against Shadow, and Shadow can still win. Like, that's why Shadow's the best deck. It is awkward that they wouldn't attack, but I don't think they would have attacked anyways. Now we're just going to try to kind of go the long game. So let's just blue-red Expressive Iteration. Well, that sucked. That was so bad. Ugh. Don't want DRC. I don't want Ragavan. And I guess I'll take Unholy Heat. It might be Ragavan, though. Unholy Heat for this. God, that was so bad. What a hideous. Expressive. I do think the removals... Round 2. Coming at you. All right, let's do it. Round number 2. That was a hilarious ending to our last match. I select the cat. No cats are our opponent. We have Inquisition, into Croxa, Unholy Heat. This seems like one of the hands like we talked in the beginning that screams like a turn 4 Croxa. So I'm going to keep. It's not a fast hand, but we don't always have to be a fast deck. You know, Grixis Death Shadow is a aggro deck that also plays as a control deck. That's why it's so good. You get to change roles seamlessly based on your hand. So, you know, big fan. Big fan. Okay, let's do it. We are first. Let's get that Blood Crypt. Love starting with Blood Crypt. We are mainly a Rakdos deck. So let's Inquisition. Oh boy. Okay. We're this deck, huh? Well, we don't care about the prized amalgams, I guess. Oh god, our hand is not very good against this. But yeah, let's take the supplier. I don't know if this deck is actually good or not, though. That's the one thing we have going for us, but... it's going to be an annoying thing to deal with, just because our Croxes are not that good when they get to discard prized amalgams. Well, that was a brick. I almost just don't even want to cast it, which is terrible, but... they're going to just start casting them. So yeah, let's just get a blue-black land. We'll just cry about it a little bit. We'll play the one. We'll probably not play the second one. All right, blue-black. This is kind of our whole game plan with this hand. So we have to get one into the graveyard, even though it's sad. Guessing here goes prized amalgam. Say go. Now with DRC, we'll need a land, but we can, if we get a land, we'll see what we can do. We can probably bring it back. So that has us bringing it back if we Croxa this turn and play DRC. Seems fine to me. Like, what's the big difference between two of them in your graveyard, you know? I think I'm fine with this land. So red, black. Here's another Croxa. And then DRC, and then just Croxa them and hope that clock is fast enough for whatever they got going on. Yep. Here's a DRC. Say go. Didn't even want to play their Secret Keeper. I guess save it for Vengevine turns. I think this is Crabvine. A deck that's around every once in a while, but not amazing or anything. What is this? One black. Angler? All right. The Angler is going to be outclassed by our card, of course, but... so I think we just want red-black. It's only one blue source, but it's not the biggest deal. And Croxa. Angler, you're not a bad card, but you're not a good card anymore. Here's the Croxerino. We know Polluted Delta's in their hand. Not anymore. We know nothing about anything. Story of my life. Okay. Now let's see. Don't want to see like Stitcher Supplier Land or something. That's probably bad for us. There's Vengevine. That's scary. Secret Keeper. I think they put all three. No, they did put a card on top. So they're looking to play said card. Okay. Well, none of our other cards do much here, so we're just going to attack with Croxa. Play Ragavan, have Unholy Heat up, buy Lurrus, chump block. Here's a lot of damage, though. Still kind of surprised they didn't play the Secret Keeper or anything. Oh, they're trying to bring back Narcum even now. Okay. So yeah, take a bunch. Here's Ragavan. Buy the kitty cat. Here's this, and then we'll say go. So now we can have land, creature, instant, go to the graveyard if we were able to chump block here. Weird deck. Definitely a weird deck. That's what they put on top. Can't blame them. They're probably getting back Vengevine with it. There's a chill. That's pretty good. There's that. That's going to trigger the amalgams. Okay. Alrighty. Is there any way we win the game? Can't take 9, so I guess I just have to block. Yeah, I think I just have to block them both, and then I can Unholy Heat. Ugh, how do I win this game? I think it is with going to 7, chump blocking both. Yeah, okay. This is how I do it. This is how I not die anyways. Chump block them both. Sacrifice this for blue-red. Could even do another black-red. Alright. God, hitting the chill was so bad. So bad for us. Okay. Fatal Push. That's a pretty good one. So I could attack. They chump. They go to 4. And then I Lurrus, Ragavan. And then I have 2 removal spells. Plus I have the life linking. Or I hold back Croxa. Yeah, because they could just block with Supplier and then get more stuff to kill me. So I actually think I do have to hold back. And then, like, what are they going to do to attack? So, yeah, okay. All right. Let's go with Lurrus. Probably just DRC here. And we'll say go. This has us not dead on board, so... DRC flying over is kind of how we're going to do this, I think. Wish they were at 6. That'd make this easier. That would definitely make this easier. So they're just debating if they can attack now. Which I don't know. Okay, so now it's a question of, do I want to use one of these removal spells? And I think I do, just for Delirium's sake, but I don't want to, like, you know, give them any triggers or anything. So I'm going to do this. How does a Dress Down help me? It doesn't. But gives me more food for this, and it also gives me Delirium, so that's actually was pretty sick. So now we're probably just going to play Ragavan. Forced to attack with this. I guess we could Unholy Heat now while we have Delirium. Yeah, I probably should have did that in my beginning of combat and got rid of this. Then the tricks are up, though, unfortunately. All right, here's this. Would have had the same result. So now we can just attack with this. I don't really want to give them a supplier right now. So yeah, let's just get in there with DRC. We'll play a Ragavan. And we're just going to play this, let them know the jig is up, and say go. Because now we are delirious. Or not delirious anymore. So that's a problem. So we do want to block, you know, probably, if they attack. But now we got Dress Down every turn, so we draw 2 cards a turn. We win this game going long, kind of. Like, they can have those absurd draws where they play Unworldly Gaze. You know, play 2 of them, hit 3 chills, game over. You know, so the long game does kind of favor them. So we do have to kind of close, but these fair games definitely favor us. Okay. Could play Dress Down now. I don't love it. Well... I do think I want to keep the pressure going, and Crocs is the only way to really do that. Alright. Here comes Croxa. They get to block with Supplier, though, which sucks. And they've been probably holding on to non-lands. There's a Bloodghast. That's kind of cute. Yep. I'm scared. Oh, God. And they got Wonder? Oh, my God. I don't even know if Dress Down shuts that down. I'm hoping. Otherwise, we're dead. Okay. Well, that attack backfired on us. Who would have guessed? So here's this. Nope. Okay, that does shut it down, and we hit best possible. So maybe we're not dead. All right, dress down combo is a heck of a card. Okay, I really wasn't sure how that interacted, so that's good. So on surface value, we're going to 2. I think I just want to go block Unholy Heat Bloodghast. It's a tough game. We will be Delirious with DRC at end step. And then at end step, we could Unholy Heat a creature down. Probably the Vengevine. It's going to be tough for them to bring that back. But then the problem is they will still have flying because of Wonder. Wonder. I haven't seen that card played in so long. Yeah, tough game. Okay. All right, there that goes. So now these all fly. I could just kill this. All right. Croxa to the graveyard, I imagine, is pretty good. Okay. Okay. So I think we just have 3 Croxa triggers here, which is probably unbeatable. So if they have 2 spells, I think they're still dead because this can't block. So yeah, let's bring back Croxa. Cast with Luris. Let's keep this one. Okay. Do I attack first? I think so. Here they come. Okay. What a game. What a game. All right, we're definitely going to want Soul Guide Lantern. And, you know, this is the random decks that you play in Modern. More Qs than, like, at SCG Philly, let's get real on. But, you know, you play against random stuff. So you want your sideboard to be prepared for random stuff. And that is what these are. I don't bring them in a lot. But when they're good, they're good. Now, anything else I want? That being said, outside of that, you know, we don't have that much stuff going on. Our Thoughtseizes are not that great. Our Croxas are not that good, even though it was kind of needed in this last game. I'm pretty unsure of how to sideboard. Kolaghan's Command is the only card I for sure want to take out. Fatal Push seems pretty bad. Unholy Heat seems like our removal spell of choice. Yeah, I guess we go like that, huh? Don't change too much when, you know, against a wacky deck like this. All right. Probably not good enough. All right, I'll keep this. And probably just get rid of Dress Down. All right. That's a vibe. That is a vibe. That's a ley line. Okay. So rude that they can have a graveyard, but we can't. Fair. All right. Let's go with black-red. See what they're up to. It's going to be a grind. Inquisition. Let's hope we don't hurt ourselves with this. Yeah, Stitch of Supplier seems like the one to get rid of because we can kill the crab. All right, your go. If they top deck a land, though, it's pretty bad for us. They get to go crab, wizard, and then bring back. Yeah, that's probably smart. So let's play this. We'll say go, and we can just drown. Or, God forbid, we could dress down at end step and top deck a Croxa. That'd be cute. All right, blue, black. Here's the dress down. Okay, let's go with red, blue for this. Expressive. Not good, but we'll take another expressive into our hand. And then we will Thoughtseize away. More than likely, they're Krabby Crab. Yeah, let's get rid of Hedron. And like now, they leylined us, which is another good hate card. And we're seeing a lot of hate cards in our matches. And like, sometimes it just doesn't matter because the rest of their deck is so bad. No, I'm just kidding. But it is kind of bad. Okay, there's Croxa. We don't have the dress down, so maybe we should have saved it. But here's this. We're going to try to get Death Shadow or something. Regavan will do. Death Shadow as well. So now, do we just want Regavan? Or do we just want to play the Shadow of Death? I want all these cards. I guess not DRC, so don't think they have much removal. So I'm going to put this into my hand, and let's play a Regavan. Leyline's not the biggest deal. I'll tell you that. It's like we can kill a Regavan now if they do top deck land plus 1-drop. Like, good luck. Power Mulligan to a Leyline. That's a good card. Chile. Yeah, didn't love seeing that. That was a good one. Well, we kind of have to. Unholy Heat. Brick. It's a Grave Crawler. That's not that big of a deal. Now we get to attack. Unworldly Gaze. Let's not cast that one. Let's go with the Shadow of Death. We're not even going to play Croxa. And we'll say go with Drown Up. Defense. Yeah, they're screwed. I don't want to go to 6, but yep, got there. Let's play one more match. What do you say? All right, everyone. Third and final match here coming in with Grixis Death Shadow. Hopefully we can get that clean 3-0. But also a quick reminder, anybody who's going to SCG Philly or someone who just wants a bit of a hand up with Grixis Death Shadow, today, February 8th, 2020, or 2022. I was like, damn, I put this in there a long time ago. I put my upgraded sideboard guide in my Patreon page. The link's below if that's something that interests you. And yeah, I put a lot of time into it. So if it's something that you're trying to up your game on, consider joining. Appreciate it. Okay, let's battle. Let's kick some butt. Let's kick some butt. I would like the cat. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. I'll keep. Still no companion. Did we flash into like the flashback queues or something where companions were banned? This hand is a nice one. All right, let's try to be 3-0. Nothing like being 3-0 with the Shadow of Death, my favorite deck. I'm still playing DRC Bobble here. We don't know what we're up against, so there's really no reason to not do this. Kind of an easy one. This is a Bobble. Don't know what we're up against, but we probably don't need land 3s, so I'm gonna be a little greedy, and I'm gonna bin that one. Now, upkeep, I'm going to Bobble. See what they draw. We'll get a little bit of an idea. Oh, is this the Boros deck again? This could be the Crack the Earth deck, and then we'd much rather have left the Bobble. Oh, no. Suspend Ripple. Okay. Okay, well, Now we're just going to Inquisition. Let's just burn. I'm going to load up Goldfish, y'all. A very powerful tool when you're trying to learn like what kind of deck you're up against. Burn decks without Lurrus as a companion feels weird to me, but maybe it did well in the challenge or something. No, I don't see any obvious signs. Just somebody going off the rails. All right. Somebody completely out of their mind. Could be Blood Moon, I guess. So let's see what's going on. I know they have a Canyon. We're about to know a lot more. That's a good Magic card. And Sorcery is already going to the graveyard. Yeah, I'll keep that on top. Okay, just burn. You know, our opponent forgot their Lurrus Companion, it looks like. And they're just going to completely, probably eviscerate us with this. No lie. Let's take the Searing Blaze, though. Yeah, it's not the best of matchups. So, no creature in sight. No reason to play anything. We'll just do a tap land here. And we'll attack for 1 point. Now we're probably going to take a big whopping 9 this turn. We'll try not to deal ourselves any more points, but no guarantee. I don't love this matchup. I'll tell you that. It's hard. You got to find Death Shadow. Still then, it's not easy. But it's very fun. It is very fun. It's always close. It's always super close. Okay. Riftbolt to the face. Sacred Foundry. If they just go suspend Riftbolt, I think I might try to drown that one and play a tap land. Spike. Riftbolt. Okay. Yeah, that seems like an awesome play. So let's do that. We can't get in any more damage. We'll have to take one more with this. And we'll say go. I can just get Mountain to be safe here, and so I can Surveil. I think that's worth it. We're going to take one regardless. We're losing a little bit of value if we don't need to Unholy Heat, but whatever. Drown, counter, because we need to try to find Death Shadow. Another Drown we'll take, though. So that's going to give us Delirium, and now we'll just kind of hope for the best. I hope they play a creature. We want to use our Unholy Heat, and it's a dead draw for them, you know? Yeah! Dang, we know what's on top, though. Oh, no. Well, we could try to lock them out and try to just have more attackers. Like, we kill the Goblin Guide now. And then they have a 2-2. I attack them to 11. And then they attack me to 8. They will Lava Spike them down to 9. I can counter it down to 6. It's tough. It's close. I think it's worth it. It's for sure worth it to at least Unholy Heat this. This is 2 damage either way. And then I think we still just keep this. And because we can always just kill the Eidolon. Alright. Kind of regretting getting this, but yeah, I just think we attack. Now we can just say go. Depending on what they do, we might just drown their Eidolon. It's looking better and better. Because we go to 8. They're going to go to 8. Tie game. But they have a burn spell. That puts them to 6. Yeah. I don't feel great about it, but I still think we have to destroy it. So now we're at a virtual 5. Okay. That changes how I feel about this game. So now we're not dead with no matter what the cards they have. Skewer. Spike. Okay. Now we're drawing this. I don't think we can do anything but just hammer this home. See, the clock is just too slow with the DRC, unfortunately. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. All right, kind of regretting getting this. Because we can always just Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause we can always just idle kill the Eidolon. 'Cause Be sweet if we won this game, but I don't think we're gonna. Yeah, smart play on our opponent's part. Have to counter it, and then they just have to brick. I don't think we have a way to prevent anything. Could keep Ragavan. Yeah, it's 2-turn clock, right? Puts them to 5. Now they have to top deck next turn. All right. We're putting... This is honestly how it always comes down. It's always one draw step. Do they draw it? They usually win if they do. If not, we win. Ow. They drew 2 Boros charms. Not cool. Okay, here's this. Here's this. They probably have Sanctifier and Vex, so we have to think about that one. We also have Spell Pierces. I don't know if we want all of them. Definitely want to cut a K command. I like cutting an Expressive. All the Thought Seizes. So yeah, I think I like 3 answers to Invex. This is better on the play. All right, let's run it. 3 Spell Pierce is kind of a lot in this matchup, but not the worst. I'll try it. I think I could just get a basic mountain. Probably should. All right. Here's a Ragavan. Gonna try to be a Croxa game. Removal, please. So either Croxa or something else. I think Croxa seems fine. Just gonna get the swamp. That makes him discard a card, so Drown works next turn. We'll have to take 2, but we could go DRC and then drown this and then have Ragavan. And then basically that's all the damage we'll be taking with our lands, which is nice. But we'll see. Land, Searing Blaze really messes us up. This matchup's not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. There's the old Den. There's a Goblin Guide. And a Swift Spear. How aggressive. I mean, I think I'm just going to take it. There's a Drown on top. Hitting a Lightning Helix from them or something is so much more worth it. Alright, here's this. Skewer. Pretty cool. Let's play DRC. Let's play Skewer. Gotta take 2. Cast with Spectacle. And let's kill this. Unholy Heat. Not a bad one. Not a great one. Let's put it in the graveyard. Okay, and then we'll say go. That was sweet. Hitting a removal spell off Ragavan against red is just completely obscene. I love it. Here's a Lava Spike. Okay. Spell Pierce. Doesn't help us with Delirium. So I think I block like this, see if they play anything, and then drown this. Just basically saying I dare you. I think it'd be smart for them to just hit the OK button right now. That's what I don't want to see. That's what we see. So I can just go to kill it, which I think I have to. And then this is going to put Spell Pierce into the yard. Not that big of a deal, but that is going to be card number 5 for Grixis. So if we connect, card 6 actually. So if we connect with Ragavan, we can for sure do it. Or we can pay 3 to do it as well. Nope. Now I think we'll just be... no, we'll see. Wow, okay. So, I think it's just Grixis time. Guess we'll keep this. Here it is. Now if they have 2 removal spells, you know, they got to fire them off. If not, they have to lose one of them. Okay, they had a land. Let's play this. I don't want to take any more damage if I don't have to. They might just be flooding. Might be forcing a game 3. This matchup's always fun though. And yeah, once again, y'all leave any comments below how you like the new setup and everything. I like it. I think it's kind of cool, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Just don't path me. Okay. Feeling pretty good. Can't really attack with Ragavan though. Let's see what they got. Deflecting Palm, huh? Not bad. Black, blue. Let's counter that. Deflecting Palm is not a good Magic card against us. I'll tell you that. I hope they bring in all the Deflecting Palms all the time. All right. Then we're far enough ahead that we can safely take some damage. Let's go like this. Play the Shadow of Death. Play this and say go. Now we have 2 lethal attackers. I guess maybe they can still top deck a Bolt, double chump, and then top deck another Bolt. No, because of the 3 damage from this. Yeah, they just couldn't win. Okay. Anything we want to change on the draw? EE on the draw is pretty bad. Terminate's a little bit better. I didn't see any Sanctifier and Vex. Sanctifier and Vex is pretty bad if they like don't have the right mana base anyways. And you usually play that card with Lurrus. So I'm just going to assume they don't have it. And bring in a couple better removal spells. We'll keep the 1 dress down if they do. But we could easily get got by just not seeing it. And just assuming they don't have it. But here we go. Final game of this YouTube video, everybody. Let's do it. Well, we got the basic swamp, which is kind of nice. But outside of that, this hand isn't great. Opponent did mulligan. I'm going to keep it and probably regret it and lose. Let's find out. A Rift Bolt suspended. Okay. Ooh. I could play that. The thing I'm the most worried about is Eidolon next turn. Don't have a great answer to it anyways. I am... Ragavan is definitely my best card. This is so close. I don't mind if my cards die because, you know, I can always bring them back with Lurrus. All right. I think it might actually save me damage. This is so close. Because you got to think about Searing Blood as well. If they didn't have a 1-drop, they probably have Eidolon. It sucks, but they got to face the reality. I'm probably going to have to deal with that. So what's going to be my best play against it? It's like DRC is not doing much, but it's going into play, which is important. They're already on the mulligan. I think I need to play stuff. So, yeah, here's a DRC. Might regret. I don't know. It's either, you know, don't take any damage, say go, kind of play. We'll see. We'll see. Here's a DRC. Rift Bolt. Where does it want to go? Okay, that's not bad. The fact that it's, at least they had a fetch land. Okay, that was kind of best possible, to be honest. Now I just Ragavan dashed. All right. We need to find something. Do a little bit of ramping as well. Could Lightning Bolt them. Is that even worth it? Or just play DRC here? Or nothing. DRC is not going to be Delirious. I kind of want to have Drown available without taking damage, so I'm going to play nothing. As weird as that sounds. Is that just 2 bolts? Okay. Okay. 2 cards left in hand. Now let's go dash. Well, do we maybe want to take 1 to play a land? I kind of do. Let's get that mountain. Dash. Come on, Lightning Helix. Wrong red-white card. So we'll play this and say go. Now we have Drown for this if we're feeling it. I think I kind of am. Counter it. Do not want that. We need to hit something. We need to hit something here. Drawn a lot of bricks. We have not drawn a spell yet. That's a spell. That is a spell. Can they cast both of their cards? I want to go Duress plus the other mode. Yep. Okay. 2 modes. Duress plus the gain life. That is probably our best draw. All right. You discard. That is going to get us Delirious too, which is nice. I just hope they don't have 2 bolts. You know? Okay, see, this is why these kind of cards are bad. These are why these kind of cards are bad. But is it better to get Pathed, or is it better to get Deflecting Palmed? Next time a source of your choice would deal damage, prevent that damage. If damage is prevented this way, it deals that much damage to the source's controller. So that's either a 3 mana spell, or Path is actually an answer. So we're going to 10. Path is a better answer. Yeah, I'm going to take Path. Now here comes this. Just palming it up, huh? Okay. Fair. Here's Ragavan. I'm going to try to not crack one of these deltas. Crack, 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 crack. Eidolon? Oh, shoot. What is this? Well, here's the reason for them playing whatever. If it's just Blood Moon, I don't care. Okay, okay. Well, that's aggressive. Going at the face. Let's hope they don't hit Boros Charm. That was huge. That stops us from dying to Boros Charm. Skewer. I'll skewer you. It's going to be a photo finish. I think we're going to get it, though. Another Spell Pierce. I'm going to graveyard that. That's probably going to scare them. All right, your go. Bang! That match is always sick. Burn is always a sick match. I don't agree with them leaving in Deflecting Palm or even really Path. Path is more defensible for sure because you got to kill Death Shadow. But yeah, don't have Deflecting Palm in against me. And why the heck are they not a Lurrus deck? But hey, who knows? It's not our job to ask, that's for sure. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much for watching this special Grixis Death Shadow video. I love bringing this deck to light every once in a while. And I mean, Kamigawa's coming in soon. We're not going to have many more times to play this beautiful deck. So, you know, wish me luck at SCG Philly. This is the 75 I'm going to play, and I hope I do some good work with it, okay? Thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and join my Patreon if you want the sideboard guide, okay? Bye-bye.